In one poll of 1,000 people by the American Psychiatric Association, more than half say they are concerned about the impact climate change is having on mental health. You don't have to survive a hurricane to experience climate anxiety, said Britt Ray, a postdoctorate fellow who studied the mental health impacts of climate change at Stanford University. Suffering a longer mosquito season in Pennsylvania, seeing orcas disappear from Puget Sound, or simply reading about catastrophic flooding in Germany can prompt a deeper emotional reaction to changing climate. We can all reach out at arm's length and touch it, no matter what our standing, no matter what our life experience is, said Dr. Ray. As the pandemic made clear, when people don't talk about anxiety, the resulting isolation can lead to depression, Dr. Lertzman said. Informal gatherings, called climate cafes, organized across the country and world, aim to bring people together to share feelings and reactions to the climate crisis. Other groups combine community with action. The non-profit Good Grief Network offers support for climate distress through a 10-step process introduced at weekly meetings that culminate with a commitment to reinvest in meaningful efforts. Bradley Pitts, a 43-year-old artist, says his climate-related emotions have offered him opportunities to engage in decisions in different ways. After attending Good Grief meetings, he and his wife have shifted personal choices toward adapting to and mitigating climate change. They purchased an old commercial farm in upstate New York and committed to returning it to meadows and forestland. After reckoning with climate anxiety, Pitts said, sitting on the sidelines is no longer an option. Action is the antidote to anxiety. We don't see any single approach as a silver bullet against climate anxiety and inaction, said Sarah Jonesay Silverberg, the Good Grief Network's executive director. Instead, the goal is to do things, small or large, that mean something to you and reflect the internal shift in your outlook. For instance, people often associate energy efficiency with turning off lights, but a single use of a clothes dryer uses as much electricity as running a standard LED bulb for 30 days. Rewild Long Island promotes biodiversity alternatives to traditional lawns, which volunteer Charlie Sasha calls America's biggest and most wasteful crop. Miss Sasha, 17, is a Manhasset High School senior. She said that she had her first anxiety attack in 2018 after reading that greenhouse pollution must be reduced by 45% by 2030 to prevent a dangerous 2.7 degrees of warming. I don't have that much power to do things on a grand global level, she said, but you can quite literally make a change in your own backyard. Some people join local, but nothing, groups in order to minimize the heavy carbon footprint of shipped purchases. Others work to get climate-aware politicians elected. IZ Change, a community climate and weather platform, encourages volunteers to record observations about local change online. In New Orleans, participants collected stormwater data to show flooding impacts outside of expected models. As a result, local officials redirected nearly $5 million in federal funding to build a bigger stormwater detention tank in one low-income neighborhood.